Hello class, in this video I'm gonna review for the final exam and I will use the chapter 5, chapter 6 and chapter 7 homework questions as the final exam review. So again, we don't have homework for chapter 8 and 9, the last two chapters, and the final exam will be focused on the first three chapters we learned after the midterm. So the focus will be on chapter 5, 6, and 7, and we're gonna go over the homework questions for these three chapters in this video. So you can use the homework questions as the guideline for your review for the final exam. Okay, so in this document, I have all the questions for the three chapters, and I'm gonna discuss the solutions here together with the it's in total 10 plus 5 plus 9, so we have 24 questions here. It will be better if you can work on these questions again on yourself before you look at the solutions, and look at the solutions or watch this video after you go over all the questions yourself. Okay, so let's start with chapter 5 homework questions. There are 10 of them in total. The first question says, we have a firm based in Washington, exports products to a German firm, and will receive payments of 200,000 euros in 3 months. On June 1st, the spot rate of the euro was $1.12, and the 3-month forward rate was $1.1. On June 1st, Grayland negotiated a forward contract with a bank to sell 200,000 euros forward in 3 months. The spot rate of the euro on September 1st is $1.15. Grayland will receive how much dollars for the euros? Okay, so in this question, we know the firm is gonna receive 200,000 euros in 3 months. So we can purchase we can sell the forward contract so we make sure we can sell 200,000 euros after 3 months at a certain rate. Okay, so we can just use the 3-month forward contract rate, $1.1, multiplied by the euros we're going to receive, 200,000. Okay, so we know we would have $220,000 dollars received, and we should choose option B. Okay, so we're covering our exchange rate risk here by selling a forward contract, so we can make sure we can sell the accounts receivable after 3 months at a fixed rate 1.1. Okay, this is question 1. Question number 2. The 1-year forward rate of the British pound is quoted at $1.6, and the spot rate of the British pound is quoted at $1.63. The forward rate premium or discount is how much percentage? Okay, so here we can calculate either forward premium or forward discount P using forward rate minus spot rate divided by spot rate, which is also forward rate divided by spot rate minus 1. So here we can just use the 1.6 forward rate divided by 1.63 minus 1. Okay, it's a 1 year forward rate, so it's already annualized. And this gives us negative 0.0184, which equals to negative 1.84%. So we can choose option B here. Question 3. The 90-day forward rate for the euro is 1.07, while the current spot rate of the euro is 1.05. What is the annualized forward premium or discount of the euro? Okay, so here it's similar to question 2, but here we have the 90-day forward rate, so we need to analyze it by multiplying 360 divided by 90. Okay, so we need to use forward over spot rate minus 1 and multiply by 4. Okay, we'll plug the numbers in. 1.07 divided by 1.05 minus 1 multiplied by 360 divided by 90. So we have 0.0190 multiplied by 4. And this is about 7.62%. So we can choose option C. Okay, this is a premium because we have a positive number here, whereas in question 2, it's a negative number, so it was a discount. Okay. Question 4. Currency futures contracts sold on exchange contain option A, a commitment to the owner, and are standardized. Okay, so A is the right answer. It's a commitment and it's standardized on an exchange, not tailored to the owner's desire, not a right. Question 5. Currency options sold through an options exchange contain the right answer is D, a right but not a commitment to the owner, and are standardized. Okay, options are rights, whereas futures and forwards are commitments. And because it's sold on exchange, so it's standardized, not tailored to the owner's desire. Question 6. The greater the variability of a currency, the greater will be the premium of a call option on this currency, and the greater will be the premium of a put option on this currency, other things being equal. Okay, so we should choose option B because the greater the variability of the currency, the premium of call and puts will both be higher. Okay, because there's a higher chance that the strike price will be very different from the spot price. So you have a space for making profits. Question 7. European currency options can be exercised only on the expiration date. American currency options can be exercised anytime up to the expiration date. So the solution should be D. Okay. If you're not familiar with any of the answers here, you can always refer to our slides. Go back to our slides, and there are detailed definitions and explanations on everything in here. Question number 8. A call option on Australian dollars has a strike or exercise price of $0.56. The present exchange rate is $0.59. The call option can be referred to as option A is the right answer, in the money. Okay, for call options, they're in the money if strike or exercise price is lower than the exchange rate. Okay, so here it is indeed lower. 0.56 is a lot lower than 0.59. So there's a very high chance that in the future we can purchase Australian dollars at a lower price, at the strike price, and sell it at the future spot price, which is very likely to be higher than the strike price, so we can make profit. So we say it's in the money. Okay. So on the contrary, if it's a put option, we would want strike price to be higher than the exchange rate. in order to make money because we're going to sell at the strike price and purchase it at the spot price. Okay, if the two prices are the same, we say the option is at the money, and if we're not making profits, we say the option is out of the money. Question 9. If you have bought a right to buy foreign currency, we should choose B here, a call buyer. Buying a call gives you the right to buy. Question 10. The higher the existing spot rate relative to the strike price, the more valuable the call option will be. Okay, again, if the difference between the spot rate and strike price is larger, okay, and if the spot rate is much higher than the strike price, the call option will be very valuable, will be more valuable because you can sell at a higher spot price and purchase at a lower strike price to make profit. Okay, so these are the 10 questions for chapter 5. And for chapter 6, we have 5 questions here. Question number 1, countries that have adopted the euro must agree on a single monetary policy. Okay, option A should be correct here, not physical policy. Question number 2, dollarization refers to the replacement of local currency with US dollars. This should be true. Question 3, under a fixed exchange rate system, central bank intervention in the foreign exchange market is often necessary. We should choose C. Question 4. Assume a central bank exchanges its currency for other foreign currencies in the foreign exchange market, but does not adjust for the resulting change in the money supply. This is an example of non-sterilized intervention. We should choose C. Okay, if the central bank exchanges its currency for other foreign currencies in the foreign exchange market and at the same time adjust for the resulting change in the money supply, then we call it sterilized intervention. Okay, and both non-sterilized and sterilized intervention, they are exchanging currency for other foreign currencies, so these are both direct intervention. Indirect intervention are not conducting these trading activities in the foreign exchange market directly, but try to affect the other factors such as inflation, income, and interest rates, or trading policies. Question number 5. Which of the following is an example of direct intervention in foreign exchange markets? Discussed already in question 4. Option C, exchanging dollars for foreign currency should be the right answer because this is the only choice here that is direct intervention. The government is exchanging currencies in the foreign exchange market directly to affect the exchange rates. A, B, D, the other 3 choices are indirect intervention because the government is trying to lower interest rates, increasing the inflation rate, imposing barriers on international trade. So the other 3 options are affecting the other factors and indirectly affect the exchange rates. Okay, and the other factors could be interest rate, inflation rate, income, and other government policies, such as trade policies. Chapter 7 homework questions. Question number 1. Due to covered interest arbitrage, option C is the right answer here. Market forces should realign the relationship between the interest rate differential of 2 countries and the forward premium or discount on the forward exchange rate between the 2 currencies. Okay, using covered interest arbitrage, investors could benefit from the country with the highest interest rate and cover the exchange rate risk by using a forward contract. Okay, so market forces should realign interest rate difference in two countries or two currencies, and the forward premium on the forward exchange rate between the two currencies. Okay, not triangle locational or forward realignment arbitrage. Question number 2. This is also a definition problem. Due to locational arbitrage, market forces should realign the spot rates of a currency among banks, okay, among different locations. We can do, if we see a discrepancy in the spot rate prices, we can do locational arbitrage. Okay, not covered interest arbitrage, not triangular, not forward realignment. Question 3. Another definition, due to triangular arbitrage, market forces should realign the cross-exchange rate between two foreign currencies, based on the spot exchange rates of the two currencies against the US dollars. Okay, so it's triangular arbitrage. Question number 4. If interest rate parity exists, then option C, covered interest arbitrage is not feasible anymore. Okay, if you're not familiar with interest rate parity, you can go back to our slides. There are detailed explanations in the slides. Question number 5. Assume the bid rate of a New Zealand dollar is $0.33, while the ask rate is $0.335 at Bank X. Assume the bid rate of the New Zealand dollars is $0.32, while the ask rate is $0.325 at Bank Y. Given this information, what would be your gain if you use $1 million and execute locational arbitrage? That is, how much will you end up with over and above the 1 million you started with? Okay, so we want to know the net profit, and our total capital, starting capital here is 1 million. We can do locational arbitrage because we can see that Bank X has higher bid and ask compared to Bank Y. So we can arbitrage between the difference in the between the two banks. Investors can buy New Zealand dollar at the lower 0.325 ask price at Bank Y and sell them at the higher 0.33 bid price at Bank X. Okay, buy low and sell high. Bank Y has a low price, Bank X has a high price. And again, the ask price is the selling price for the bank, so it could be the buying price for the investor. Okay, and the bid price is the buying price for the bank and could be the selling price for the investor. Okay, so we can buy at 0.325 and sell at 0.33. So we can use this 1 million to buy New Zealand dollars first, using this 1 million US dollar, divide by the purchase price, $0.2325. So we know we can purchase, let me see, 3,076,923.077 New Zealand dollars. And then we can exchange or sell New Zealand dollars back to US dollars. Okay, so we can use this 3 million multiplied by the exchange rate, the selling price, $0.33 at Bank X. So we have $1,015,384.615 in total as our ending balance. And our net profits would be the ending balance ending balance minus our beginning balance, 1 million. So our net profit is 15,384.615 dollars. Okay, so our right option should be A. Okay, it could be rounded up to 15385 as our profit. Question 6. National Bank quotes the following for the British pound and the New Zealand dollars. Before we proceed to question 6, so question 5 is a typical question for locational arbitrage. Okay, so if you're not familiar with such questions, you can go back to our slides and there's some examples in there. Question 6. We have the bid and ask quotes for British pound and New Zealand dollars here. We know a value of British pound in US dollar is 1.61 at bid and 1.62 at ask. 1 New Zealand dollar in US dollar is 0.55 at bid and 0.156 at ask. The value of a British pound in New Zealand dollars is 2.9895 at bid and 2.96 at ask. Assume you have $10,000 to conduct triangular arbitrage. What is your profit from implementing this strategy? Okay, so this is a calculation question for triangular arbitrage. Okay. Again, we have examples in the slides for this question. And we can always use the same method to solve for such questions. Okay, so here I know that British pound in dollar is 1.61 and 1.62 for the bid and ask price. And we can use the second and third row here to have a new bid and ask price to exchange British pound to the US dollar. Okay, so we can, the value of British pound in US dollar can be obtained also by exchanging British pound to New Zealand dollars first, using the third row price here, and exchanging New Zealand dollars to US dollars using the exchange rates in the second row here. Okay, so at bid, 1 British pound is equal to 2.95 New Zealand dollars. And then because each New Zealand dollars is worth $0.55, so we can multiply these two numbers, 2.95 New Zealand dollars multiplied by $0.55. So we can have $1.6225 for each British pound. Okay, we exchange 1 British pound to 2.95 New Zealand dollars, which is worth $1.6225. Okay, so 1 British pound is worth $1.6225 at bid. Same thing, same way, we can at ask, we can exchange our 1 British pound to 2.96 New Zealand dollars first, and then because each unit of New Zealand dollar is worth 0.56 US dollar, so we can multiply these two numbers, 2.96 multiplied by 0.56, so we know each 1 British pound is worth $1.6576 at ask. Okay, and then we can compare these two numbers, bid and ask, to the original bid and ask of £1 in dollars. You can see that our new numbers are higher than the old numbers. So we can buy at the lower price, buy at the lower ask price, 1.62, and sell at the higher bid price, 1.6225. Okay, these new bid and ask prices are higher than the original. We can purchase British pound at the lower price, 1.62 here, and sell at the higher new bid price, $1.6225. Okay, and we have 10,000 to start with, so we use this 10,000 divided by the lower ask price we can purchase the British pound at. So we know we can exchange $10,000 into 6,172.8395 British pounds. And then we can sell this British pounds at the higher new bid price into US dollars. So we multiply by 1.6225. So we have 10,000 $10,015.4321 US dollars in total as our ending balance. So our net profit is this ending balance minus the beginning balance, 10,000. So our net profit is $15.4321. Okay, so we should choose option C. It's about $15.43. Excuse me, $15.43. Okay, so this is our net profit. Okay, this is a very typical question for triangular arbitrage. We use the second and third row here to get a new code, new ask and bid prices for exchanging British pound into US dollar and compare it to the first row original price. And we try to sell at a higher price, buy at the lower price, and sell at a higher price. Okay, and calculate for the net profit. And again, we have some other examples of triangular arbitrage in the slides. You should be able to practice these problems and work on them independently. Question 7. Assume the following information. If you have $1 million to invest and you know the current spot rate of pound is $1.3, the 90-day forward rate of pound is $1.28, the 3-month deposit rate in United States is 3%, the 3-month deposit rate in Great Britain is 4%. If you use covered interest arbitrage for 90-day invest, what will be the amount of US dollars you will have after 90 days? Okay, so this question is covered interest arbitrage. Okay, so when we compare the interest rates or deposit rates between US and Great Britain, we can see that it's higher in the foreign country, in Great Britain. And we can use covered interest arbitrage to exchange the US dollar to British pound first and invest it in Great Britain at the higher interest rate, 4%. And we can at the same time sell a forward contract, so we're locked in this price. So we can sell after 90 days when we have the principal and interest taken out in pounds, we can sell them at a locked rate and exchange the pounds back to US dollars. Okay, so here we, by using covered interest arbitrage, we can invest in the foreign country with the higher interest rate and at the same time cover the exchange rate risk using a forward contract. Okay, so you can exchange US dollars to British pound today and sell a forward contract to cover the interest rate, to cover the exchange rate risk. Invest the pound at the higher 3-month deposit rate in Great Britain and sell the pound using the forward rate after 90 days. Okay, so today again you can exchange US dollar to British pound, and the British pound you can invest in today is this 1 million US dollar you have today. Divide by the exchange rate, the current spot rate of pound, $1.3. So you would have 969,230.7692 units of pound exchanged from this $1 million. And you can invest this money in Great Britain so that after 90 days you will earn this amount of money multiplied by the interest rate in Great Britain, 1 plus 4%. Okay, so you would have 8,000 units of pounds after 90 days. And then you can exchange the pound back to US dollars after 90 days using the forward rate. So we can use 800,000 multiplied by 1.28, the forward rate. So we have 1,024,000. So we should choose option A here. I just double-checked the numbers, and it's actually 769,230.7692 as the number of pounds that we exchanged this $1 million to. Okay, and then we can invest this money using the 4% interest rate, and we have 800 pounds after 90 days. And we use this 800 multiplied by 1.28 to have 1,024,000 US dollars after 90 days. Okay, so we choose option A. Question 8. Assume that the US interest rate is 10% while the British interest rate is 15%. If interest rate parity exists, then option A, British investors who invest in the United Kingdom will achieve the same return as US investors who invest in the United States. This is not correct because British investors who invest in the United States will earn the British interest rate 15%. US investors who invest in the United States will earn the US interest rate 10%. Okay, so it's gonna be different. Option B, US investors will earn a higher rate of return when using covered interest arbitrage than what they would earn in the United States. Okay, because interest rate parity exists, so US investors will actually earn the same return, no matter they invest domestically or invest in in Great Britain and using covered interest rate arbitrage. They will always earn 10%, no matter where they invest. Option C, US investors will earn 15% whether they use covered interest arbitrage or invest in the United States. This is not correct. D is correct. US investors will earn 10% whether they use covered interest arbitrage or invest in the United States. They will always earn 10%. Same applies to British investors. They will earn 15% no matter they use covered interest arbitrage, invest in US, or invest in Great Britain domestically, okay, because interest parity holds. So investors in either country earn the domestic interest rate, no matter they invest domestically or in the foreign country using covered interest arbitrage. Okay, for more details on interest rate parity, again, you can refer to our slides. Question 9. If the interest rate is higher in the United States than in the United Kingdom, and if the forward rate of the British pound in US dollars is the same as the pound spot rate, then the right option is B. British investors could possibly benefit from covered interest arbitrage. Okay, so here we know the interest rates are different between the two countries. However, the forward rate and spot rate is the same between the two currencies. So we know interest rate parity does not hold here. Okay, interest rate parity does not hold here. Okay, because we know for interest rate parity, the difference between the interest rate will be the forward premium. Okay, but here they're not equal to each other here. Okay, so using covered interest arbitrage, the British investors, they could earn more by investing in the foreign country in the United States because the United States has a higher interest rate. Okay, US investors would not benefit because they have would not benefit from covered interest arbitrage. They would actually earn more if they invest domestically. Okay, so that's all of our questions in our review here. Again, you can all the topics we discuss here are already in the note, are all in the slides, and you could also find similar examples in the slides. Okay, so make sure you go over all the questions here and go over our slides, and you should be fine for the final exam. All right, good luck.